Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to the best deep dish pizza in Chicago. Now, Chicago, I think, is known for their deep dish pizzas. And for me, deep dish is the best kind of pizza there is. It's either deep dish or pan. I think, to be honest, pan is pretty much the British way of saying deep dish, where the crust is thick, the pie is deep, there's a lot of sauce, a lot of cheese. Oh my God, it's just, for me, perfect. And as someone who's a big foodie, I'm definitely going to visit Chicago soon, try out some of their legendary pizzas, and if I could narrow it down to one or two places to go, I'm definitely going to do that, and these Food Insider videos are great at doing that, so yeah, let's do it. Oh,
no trip to Chicago is complete without a slice of cheesy, saucy deep dish pizza.
Oh my God. Oh, pepperoni, sausage. For me, that second one there is already the winner for me. Just because of the toppings.
Hey guys, I'm Alana. Hi, I'm Karen, and today we are in Chicago to start our journey to find the best deep dish pizza in this city. We know what we're looking for. We are looking for a buttery crust, hearty, robust sauce, ooey gooey cheese, and at the end of the day, that slice needs to maintain its actual shape. It shouldn't be this wet, sopping mess. So the four places that we picked are just undeniably
it's got to maintain some structural integrity.
Extremely popular, and it's further proven by websites like Yelp and TripAdvisor.
Right, and then we cross-reference those on top rated lists from Thrillist, Serious Eats, and Time Out.
All right, I hope you're ready because this is about to be intense.
Oh boy.
Are you ready to eat some deep dish?
I mean, we came all this way. Might as well.
Our first stop is Lou Malnati's. Lou has around 50 locations throughout the Chicago area, and the restaurant empire is popular with locals and tourists alike.
I'm a local in Chicago. The reason why I'm here is for Illuminati's deep dish pizza. I feel like I can really taste the difference in the cheese to other places that have deep dish. I highly recommend it.
So Lou Malnati worked at Chicago's first deep dish pizzeria, Pizzeria Uno, and eventually Lou decided to venture off on his own and start his own pizzeria, which is Lou Malnati's Pizzeria today. It starts with our dough being patted out in a nice deep pan. That's where the deep dish comes from. And it's brought up around the sides to create a nice solid base for all the ingredients you're gonna put in. Next, you layer down the cheese. If you're first coming to Chicago and you want to try deep dish, I definitely recommend starting with our classic if you don't know where to start. Our classic has extra cheese and our exclusive sausage blend and our signature famous butter crust.
Does look good. $22.45. Is that kind of reasonable for a kinda? I'm surprised the cheese is at the bottom.
Oh my God.
Looks good.
Never gets old. Cheers.
Gosh, oh my God. Pizza is delicious.
I don't see how we're gonna get better from here. This is our first stop. Just freaking slice it.
Wow.
The crust, to me, it just adds that perfect crunch, but I feel like it's not, overdone. I think it's cooked perfectly, and it tastes buttery.
The crust here is called butter crust. It's actually like trademarked.
Butter
That's one of the things we're famous for. It's actually a trademark term.
It's trademarked.
I would too. I don't want anybody taking my coin.
And this
You can trademark a crust? Wow, today I learned.
sauce,
Yep.
it's the perfect balance of tart and sweet and fresh and acidic. And there's a perfect amount of fat so that every time you're taking a bite into it, you're not just getting like the same kind of consistent sausage layer that you're getting, but you're also getting that sausage fat. It's unapologetically like in there every bite. Like it's greasy, it's
I bet it's
savory,
super
sumptuous,
filling.
and it melts perfectly with the sauce.
But I will say that while you're right, it is fatty. It's not too greasy, and I think that's because, again, the sauce has that
Softs
fresh,
it all up.
right? It has that fresh tomatoey, like fresh off the vine. Can I be honest right now? I think that the fork and knife were holding me back a bit from like getting this all.
Who eats pizza with a knife and fork? Guys, let me know in the comments. Do you eat pizza with a knife and fork? You gotta get in there with your hand.
You're supposed to eat with a fork and knife.
Yeah, but it's like it's
You're
just
a true
so
New Yorker.
down,
Our second stop is Giordanos. It's famous for its thick deep dish.
I've heard of Giordanos. I've heard of them. I think they might have some pizzas in the UK.
For deep dish,
stores.
it's either Giordanos or Illuminati's.
Oh, look at that.
Giordanos just has a lot more sauce. It's very cheesy, and the crust is absolutely delicious.
The most popular deep dish is always going to be cheese. But we do have other specialties, such as the Chicago Classic. Chicago Classic will have pepperoni, fresh onion, bell peppers, and mushrooms. We put
mushrooms
a layer
and
of dough on the bottom
pepperoni.
of the pan. A large pizza has approximately 2 pounds of fresh
ton of
mozzarella
cheese.
and bias. The customer's reaction is generally amazement, usually awe, lots of pictures being taken.
That thing is so thick. I've never seen a pizza that thick.
All it.
$30. Wow, that seems expensive, right, guys? That's crazy, though.
Freaking
My
going.
God.
That is insane,
And I
man.
think there's a good amount of cheese.
It's deep with cheese.
Man, these guys are in
The cheese is
pizza
the absolute superstar of this dish. The cheese is so fresh and flavorful.
Yeah.
And so like
Is it like a salt?
like plush that
Yeah.
it almost kind of tastes like ricotta. You know what I mean?
I still taste other parts of the pizza where I don't think it's just too much. I personally don't think it's too much.
The sauce is really good. It's not too tangy.
God, I'm
It has-
hungry.
The herbs that you can actually see.
Wow, I can't believe the amount of
It's kinda
cheese they
sweet.
put on it.
Still has that little like puree, almost kind of consistency where you can see the tomato chunks. I want to try the crust.
Yeah, the crust, I just took a bite of it. It's very, very flaky.
I don't think they're feeling the crust
If
as
this pizza
much.
went to high school, it would win all the superlatives.
Or maybe
Most
they are.
likely to blow every other pizza out of the water.
Our next
I think I like the look of that pizza better than the first one, but the first one, I don't know, it looked a bit more manageable, like you could eat more of it.
stop is Genos East. The restaurant chain opened in 1966 and solidified its title as one of the most iconic deep dish spots after they hired a cook from Uno's.
Since I've been here 26 years and I've eaten it as a kid, I'm going to tell you we have the best pie in Chicago.
This is my favorite place to get deep dish pizza. I think it's just the layers. The crust is the last thing you kind of taste, but you get the richness of the sauce, you get the meatiness of that full sausage that's in there, and then you
whole
get that
layer of
crumbly,
sausage.
cornmeal kind of thick crust. It's almost like eating a sandwich in every bite.
Yeah.
For deep dish pizza, our pizza is a secret. The dough recipe was created by the cook that we brought over to create the pie. The sausage patty supreme kind of brings you back to the Midwest. It's a Chicago original.
My
That is
God.
the most popular pie.
I'm definitely having pizza tonight. 100%.
The best pizzeria in Chicago. The supreme pizza is going to be.
Isn't it crazy how much
mushroom,
sausage they
green
put on there?
peppers, and onions.
Like literally a whole layer. Usually here you just get a sprinkle of sausage.
I would just like to point out that this was not intentional.
Not planned at all. It's like mostly cheese. Let's go. All right.
Do they eat all of this on the same day or do they spread it out? Surely they must spread it out.
One thing I really am feeling about the sauce is that although this is like a meat lover's pizza, they put veggies in it, which I think breaks up the fattiness of the meat.
I like how the sausage is evenly distributed throughout. I just wish that it was thicker.
Thicker.
Oh,
She
I
wants more sausage.
Oh, bread.
Wait. It's giving me cornbread vibes, but not like overly sweet.
Not cornbread, like cornmeal.
Yeah. So what, if anything, is your favorite part about pizza?
Gosh, it looks good. It looks phenomenal.
Well, considering
To be honest, they've all looked great. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, guys?
I just ate a layer of the crust by itself, I would say the crust.
Really? For me, it's all about the sausage.
And the sauce. Really, that's interesting.
Yeah, I actually, compared to other places, I like that it's coated throughout. So every single bite I'm getting is a
getting some
consistent
sausage.
bite of sausage.
Our final stop is Peaquads. It's a local favorite and famous for its unique spin on the deep dish crust.
Typical wait times on a Friday and Saturday night are between an hour and a half and 2 hours. As far as like Peaquads
2
being
hours.
recognized as a best deep dish or locals favorite, people, don't associate
Would you guys wait 2 hours for a pizza? I don't know if I could do it, man. Like, oh my God.
us with a big chain, which is great.
We do a Chicago pizza tour, and we come here on every one of our tours due to the fact that, in my opinion, this is the best pan pizza in the city of Chicago. The sauce is sweet. If you notice, a pan pizza, on the bottom, it's crunchy. The crust is phenomenal. So if you ever hadn't been here, come here.
Man, Chicagoans are
so,
spoiled for
characteristics
choice.
that make our deep dish a little bit different than anybody else is obviously the crust.
This is the reason why Peaquads has been nominated time and time again the best deep dish in Chicago.
That special crust. I like how it's not
Crust
too
is
high.
achieved by taking the cheese and laying it up against the side of a specialty pan that we use, and the heat literally
Melts it
rises
down.
over the top, burns the sugar in the mozzarella, and then caramelizes that cheese.
Ah.
For a first timer that's coming into Peaquads that wants to try the product, we always recommend a pepperoni and a sausage pizza. A pepperoni sausage combination, those work the best for us. So for us, we go a little heavy on most all of the ingredients. We want it to be somewhere between overwhelming.
I love it, man. Generous toppings, man. Crazy. You can barely see the sauce underneath the pepperoni.
And enough thickness to cook properly. I can eat this pizza every day of my life, and I don't know why, I don't get tired of it.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Wow, look at the cheese just falling out.
These are some hefty chunks of meat. Wait, we gotta do it together.
Gotta keep up, girl.
I don't think I've ever seen Alana this impatient before. It's so bad. Alright, ready?
Oh, I need to find a pizza place, an American Chicago-style pizza place around here.
That was very satisfactory.
Mind-blowing. From the looks of it, you're like, maybe it's a little, Cajun, or, burnt. For me, it adds the most perfect texture to the bite because you have all the meat and you have all the
You've got all the
sauce, and you have all the
softness,
cheese, which is very
and then a bit of crunch.
soft in your palate. But then the crunch from the crust takes it over the top.
God.
You're completely right. The sauce, like you said, is very hearty and robust. A little too tangy for my liking.
Ah.
See, I like a good tang.
So the sauce was a bit too tangy for her. Interesting.
So before we head back to New York City, can we just say that deep dish will forever have a special place in our hearts?
Well, I'll probably go to all 4 of these spots again and do the whole pizza tour again. We got to do this. So, do you think you have a?
I don't know.
I think I have an inkling of an idea.
All right.
They all looked fantastic. Which one would you guys pick? They all look great to me, honestly.
3,
2, 1.
Oh, okay.
Illuminati.
In between these two.
Yeah, I was stuck too.
Okay, so but
I
for
think that was
me,
the second
reason
one.
why Peaquads had kind of just one level up was because that crust was next to none, and that sausage had this very bold seasoning and a
But didn't she say that the sauce was too tangy for her?
kick of spice that I feel like not any of the other places had.
You're right. I mean, for Peaquads, that crust was just delicious. But for Luminati's, that butter crust though, it just melts in your mouth and it's flaky, and every single bite was just savory goodness. And for the sausage, while I did like the seasonings on Peaquad sausage, I didn't get a sausage bite in every single bite. But in Luminati's, the way that they perfectly distributed the sausage allowed for the cheese to kind of bubble up through. So then you got a nice creamy, savory bite every single time you dug in.
I do have to agree in hindsight, I wish that Peaquads didn't dollop the sausage on and kind of did the same thing Lou's did, where it was an even distribution of the sausage.
I mean, this is just nitpicking now. I mean, that both pizzas had a generous amount of sausage, didn't they?
Throughout. So yeah, I'm willing to concede.
I'm sorry, so I didn't hear you. What was that?
Are you gonna rub it in?
Are you saying that I was right? Oh, okay. Plot twist. All right. So can you just say one more time what the best of the best
really
pizza
gonna make it rub it in
Chicago is?
Luminati's is the best deep dish in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah,
So what do you think,
that's my
guys? Do you
pick.
think
That was the
that-
second. Man, I've never been as hungry as I am now in a food reaction video. every single one of those, I would pay the asking price and more. I would probably pay double. If someone was willing to fly over and bring some pizza, I'd pay double the price because they just look delicious. The thickness, the sauce, the toppings, the generous cheese, it was just wow. I mean, I was a bit shocked at the prices, but to be honest, when I think about it, the size, you're getting almost double the amount of topping and cheese that you would in a pizza here, and pizzas here are typically about 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds. So yeah, to be honest, it's kind of value for money, but yeah, super hungry. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.